Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video about Swish Out titled these NBA stars. I'm sorry, not just players, man, stars. So, star Zion must change this season. Like, not next season, not 2 seasons from now, not 3. They gotta change right now, man. Now is the time to be the man that you want to become. Crispy Flakes 2019. I probably heard that on like Lion King or something like that. I don't know, man. But here we go. Link to Switch Out channel description below. Let's check that. Also, yo, man, drop that bitch ass like if y'all don't mind, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Here we go.
I'm not gonna lie. It seems like since last video when I made that prayer for a healthy, new, exciting season, everything's been kind of going the opposite direction.
Marvin Bagley out for 6 weeks, guys. Just
they
heard.
seem like they're getting hurt left and right. So
Bagley out
let's just
6
hope
weeks.
and pray we don't get any more. But this video really isn't to talk about that. In this video, I'm talking about stars that I feel like must change their ways or their tendencies.
Or their diet. It don't gotta be ways, just the diet. I'm just saying, Zion, like, I could lose 20 to 30 pounds. Or 40. Or 60. No, 60 gets a little dangerous. No, 60? Hell, oh no, I don't want to lose 60 pounds. Hell no, man. Oh my God.
But before we get into
it'd be
all
bad if
that,
I lost
and
60,
I know
man.
all my OGs know I do this every single video.
Now,
but
40.
I kind of have to.
The doctor
if
would
you
be
guys
happy.
like the video, please leave a like. I'm not asking you to donate to me or none of that, but just like the video. That really helps my channel out.
I ain't asking y'all to freaking donate, guys.
You're gonna love the channel.
Drop a like.
Yes, you're gonna like the channel. It's good content. So subscribe and hit the
I
like
agree,
button.
man. I agree, man.
Without further ado,
listen, we ain't asking you to donate. That was good. That convinced me, man. I'm gonna drop that like right now. There we go. I just did. That was good.
That's the challenge for the team this year is our defensive performance. Not just Glenn, it's the rest of the guys that we lost. We basically lost our entire wing fleet of long-armed, long-limbed defenders.
if you know me, you
Now you got
know that
short arm
D'Angelo Russell
D'Lo.
is absolutely my favorite NBA player.
Normal size arms.
Just a little background on why. I'm a big Ohio State football and basketball fan.
Yeah.
I'm not from Ohio. I just
Bro,
love
you
the
one of them
brand.
guys?
So when he played for the
Go blue.
Buckeyes and he had his little
Go blue.
run, I was absolutely sold on this game, and I've been a fan since. Anyways, since he left the Lakers in that disrespectful ass way by the front office, D'Lo really turned his career around. The first thing people obviously thought about him when he first got traded was, the whole Nick Young and Iggy situation with the snitch and all that. But now he's become one of the more creative.
Do you think he would have got traded if that never happened? Like, did he bring it upon himself?
Deadly scores that we have.
It's a question
with all
to be
that
asked.
being said, the only problem and the only tweak that I feel like he absolutely has to work on this year is his defense.
Oh, that's
I don't
more
think
than a
he's
tweak.
An awful defender like
That's
some people
more
make
than a
him out to
tweak.
be, but it definitely needs a little bit of work. Last year, his defensive ranking ranked about 84th in the league with a 110 defensive rating. That's not too good, and
bro, he's right by PJ Tucker. Isn't PJ Tucker like known as like an amazing defensive player? Bro, was PJ garbage at defense?
you know who was right above him in that ranking? Stephen Curry.
Bro, PJ
They're
Tucker.
sharing a backcourt this year in the Western Conference, and they probably won't have one of the best perimeter defenders to bail them out against the top tier guards. So somebody has to step up, and typically it's the bigger guard.
And Alec Willie Cauley gonna be
last
throwing
year
shots
in the
back
playoffs,
like crazy.
D'Lo's defensive rating was about a 117, while his offensive rating was only at 89. Basically, for all of you guys who don't know too much about advanced stats, defensive rating is how many points you give up per 100 possessions, and offensive rating is how many points you account for per 100 possessions. So if you're giving up 117 and you're only accounting for 89, that's a 28-point deficit.
You are a liability
and just for
to your
comparison,
team. Liability.
Kawhi Leonard last year, his offensive rating was a 119, while his defensive rating was a 103. So you can kind of see how he's doing it on both sides of the court. So with the Warriors losing Klay Thompson, Iguodala, and Kevin Durant, they're going to need their guards to step up. So D'Angelo Russell has to be one of those guards. Zion Williamson, and I know he's never played a real game in the NBA, so this may seem a bit unfair, but let's be real. He has to lose a little bit of weight.
It's true.
Zion, it seems like he's had a repeated history of knee tweaks and knee.
And when you say weight, it don't have to be fat. Like even like you can have too much muscle. unless you're like a bodybuilder, which I'm pretty sure he's not a bodybuilder, man. I'm pretty sure he's an NBA player. You can lose weight and it don't have to be fat. Like, too much muscle could be sometimes too much of a good thing, you know? So, I don't know, just like take some pressure off his knees. You know what I'm saying, man?
And I truly believe it's from all that damn weight and impact on his lower extremities. It can't hold up. We all know how his game
for an entire
is.
career.
Very high flying, very exciting, and very explosive.
The hell was that?
We've seen some of the best people who look like they were in great shape suffer knee injuries, and they were never the same. And
well, damn, every NBA player is in great shape.
As Zion Williamson. I'm not a doctor in any way, but I know once you begin to lose cartilage in your knees after repeated knee surgeries, you're never the same. The cartilage in your knees, that's like that little cushion in between your bone joints that keep your bones from rubbing together. So after every surgery, once you lose a little bit of that cartilage, eventually it's going to be bone on bone and you'll never be the same. This is what happened to Brandon Roy and some of the best athletes. Like I said, I am not a doctor in any way, so I don't know that this is the definite case for Zion Williamson, but I do know if he doesn't take some of that weight off of his joints and bones in his knees, he can possibly suffer from some of these exact same problems. So for Zion, if he wants to last possibly a 100-game season, including the playoffs, he has to get in better shape, and it's just that simple.
Okay.
Jimmy has ruined Karl Anthony Towns.
This man not in the NBA anymore. He hasn't played basketball in like 5 years, man. Come on, bro.
He made him shoot the mad balls the other
night. Come on, man.
You know,
that's Chuck.
He made him take himself out of the game.
How about this? If a guy comes to me, badmouth my two other players who are the best players on the team, tell me he don't want to be here, you got to move him.
Durant?
I think we all can agree Jimmy Butler has always been a great player.
Yep.
Also, I think his story and how much of a struggle his route to the NBA was, that ultimately made him a tougher player as a player with a chip on his shoulder at all times. I mean, on a night-to-night basis, we see how fierce of a competitor he always is, and we can truly appreciate that. But with all that great stuff being said, there is one thing that I believe is absolutely imperative for Jimmy Butler to develop with the Heat, and that's leadership. I mean, we all know the history of his career. I mean, battling teammates in Chicago, absolutely destroying his teammates in Minnesota, and even having early struggles with Philly.
I'm sorry, but I don't blame that situation on Jimmy with the T-Wolves. Like, literally, this man took third string players, man. JV players, you might say, for NBA standards, and literally beat your starting five. That's not on Jimmy, man. That's on the T-Wolves. Like, that's just he proved a point. He's like, you want me to play with this garbage ass team? Like, they can't even beat us like me with the G League or with the G League squad, man. So I don't know.
This is the key thing that I believe separated Kobe Bryant from early Kobe to later Kobe. That was leadership. Kobe even said once he learned and developed leadership, actually hearing his teammates out and learning from them, that's when he started winning championships without Shaq.
Wiggins. Listen, Jimmy, you gotta give me the ball more so I can chuck up another 20 shots a game and shoot 25%. Just do that, man. Just do that. Come into our ways. It's like, what is Jimmy gonna learn from Andrew Wiggins, except how to be a worse basketball player?
Learned that trait. I think Jimmy Butler
and
Kobe,
him that all day.
They're very similar in the fact that they want to win so bad. They don't cheat the game, they don't take shortcuts, and they put everything into it.
That's why he's on Miami now.
Let's be real. On an average NBA team, you're not going to have 15 Jimmy Butlers or 15 Kobe Bryant. So you have to kind of learn the people you're going to war with if you want to win. You can't play.
Yeah, he learned all he needed to know when he went to South Beach.
Even with that crazy killer instinct, Jimmy Butler, with this young, inexperienced Heat team that he chose, he'll have to show patience and growth in his leadership qualities if he want to win. So it's just that simple. We'll see how that goes. Last year, we all seen it. Giannis was an absolute dog.
It's going to be his three-point shot.
He dominated.
That's the only thing wrong with him.
He led his team with no other true star to 60 wins, and he was 2 games away from the NBA Finals. But with all that cute stuff and all that greatness and all that being said,
I'll be tossing the 30s
what exactly kept him away from winning those 2 games to get to the NBA Finals? Because
literally, you put 15. That's 30 pounds plus the bar. That's like 70 pounds, man.
He was up 2-0. It was his biggest weakness. He got exposed. He has absolutely no perimeter game, and once it was game planned for and Kawhi Leonard cut off the paint, he had no answer. Any Giannis fan
Bro, that's
that
like looking at
loves him
Isaiah
and
Thomas
support
on your
him and all
back.
this
Like, ain't
stuff,
gonna do
you might
nothing
get
in
mad
an
at this,
actual
but
NBA
I
game.
truly don't care. This is the absolute truth. As dominant as Giannis was last year, I want you to look at these shooting numbers that I thought were absolutely telling.
Okay.
These were his field goal attempts by distance last year. 57% of his shots were from 0 to 3 feet away
Sure.
from the basket.
That's a strength,
15%
yep.
of his shots were from 3 to 10 feet away from the basket. Only 5% of his shots were from 10 to 16 feet, basically near the free throw attempt. And only 6% of his shots were from 16 feet and beyond. And the only
But how many MVP awards? Like, the man played to his strength. If you are MVP, there is not much more you can do. Like, sure, he could add a three-point shot, and yeah. But the thing is, though, is that if he's shooting threes, he's never going to be as good at shooting threes as he is as this aspect of his game. So if he can't be stopped already, why switch it up and go to something else that could potentially make him a worse basketball player? You know, like, I don't know. I think Giannis is fine. I don't think it's so much Giannis. I think it's about the players around Giannis. Like, I think Eric Bledsoe is not a good fit around Giannis. So that is what you switch up.
only reason that is higher from the previous one is because that's where the three-point line is. So obviously, if he needs to get a big shot, he's going to shoot from there. That just shows a complete lack of perimeter game, and he has to work on that. Just for comparison, again,
I don't think so.
have to use Kawhi Leonard, the guy that kind of stopped him last year. 10% of his shots were from 0 to 3 feet. 16% of his shots were from 3 to 10 feet away from the basket. 21% of his shots were from 10 to 16 feet
I would say how many MVPs, man. We all know finals MVPs are more important, right?
away. So
Those
that's
are all
near
more
the free throw
important.
line.
So.
And
I can't
26% was basically anything beyond that. So that shows a complete balance versus Giannis, where there was just basically paint dominance. I'm not saying this to bash him because obviously he still has some level of success, a big level of success. But if he wants to get in that LeBron, Kawhi, KD class, which I don't think he's in right now, he
Really?
has to
Okay.
develop that perimeter.
I think he
game.
already
So
is.
That's all I'm saying.
I think he
And
already
lastly, talking about some damn Giannis, but Ben Simmons. I don't even have to speak on his too long because y'all already know what I'm talking about.
Yup.
Basically, we just talked about Giannis and his distance and all.
Ben Simmons, though, the game the other night, man, what was against Celtics? He looked like the best player on the court. So I get what people say with the three-point shot. I get it, and to an extent, I agree. Like, it helps. Like, if you can shoot 4 threes, no, two or three threes a game, and make one of them, then it's gonna help a little bit, I guess. But I don't think it needs to be a big part of his game for him to be dominant. I really
all
don't.
this
I
stuff,
really don't.
but I'm not even going to read Ben's. I'm just going to show y'all. His is just 10 times worse. This year, it is no question they're going to need Ben Simmons to shoot at least 10 to 15 footers because they lost a lot of their perimeter shooting that they
That's
relied
true.
on
That's a good
heavy
point.
last year.
That's a good point.
JJ Redick and Jimmy Butler, they were basically their outside shooters, and they're gone. You don't want Joel Embiid to be out there shooting big-ass bricks. You want him on the paint because that's what he
he got to work his three-point shot.
This year especially, they're going to need their guards to do guard-like things, and that starts with Ben Simmons with me. So I'm not saying Ben Simmons has to be JJ Redick, Stephen Curry, or James Harden because he's obviously never going to naturally be that. I'm just saying this year especially, he's going to have to at least make some 10 to 15 footers because if he doesn't, their floor spacing is going to be atrocious. They just got Al Horford and they already have Joel Embiid. It's not that much space on the floor. He'll have to improve this year or else they just can't play
Al
that
Horford's not a
lineup
bad
together
shooter. He
because
just don't shoot a lot.
won't work like that. So, he has to make that improvement. If you guys like
Okay, yeah, I get what he's saying in this video. I would say with the exception of Zion, because Zion, he just needs to probably lose weight. It's just kind of fact of the matter. The other guys, they're already pretty much all dominant basketball players. It's yes, those things definitely would help their game, but I think regardless, they're still going to find ways to get things done, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section below. Give me another player that you think something about them needs to change this NBA season. Thank you all so much for watching. Link to Swiss Out channel description below. Peace out, guys.